Hey YouTube, and welcome back. Thank you so much for all the comments, questions, and likes, and I'm very grateful to my subscribers. If you're not yet a subscriber, please feel free to click on the subscribe button to follow along and get the latest updates when they're available. In the last video, we were able to use our mobile app and MQTT broker to control our LED lamps, or LED bulbs rather. For example, here I think is what we did the last time. So let me run this from Android Studio. And so you could see one of the lamp is on already. So we would just go ahead and get the status. So you see it's on, the status is on, that's the table lamp. And we can go ahead, turn that off, turn the red on, turn the blue on, switch that off and switch that off, and we have the temperature and humidity value all there, right? In this video, we would be making a few changes to our code to avoid sending data to all the devices connected to our broker and have our devices only listen to the channels that are dedicated to their control. We would also be converting all commands and messages sent over our broker to JSON format as we prep for our next video, which would allow us to save data to a database on the cloud. I hope you're enjoying this series as I am, and I hope I have been able to answer some of your questions and curiosity of the Internet of Things. Thanks for watching my videos, and now let's get started. We had two projects initially where we had Wokwi 001 and 002 on the Wokwi site, so we're going to start from there. So let's go ahead and do this, and we would like to make a copy of this. So let's make a copy. Let's call it copy. We'll change the name later, make it public. Save copy. All right, now so this is the copy. Let's go back to my projects, and we'll want to use the copy. So we have copy Wokwi 1, Wokwi 2, and now let's rename this copy to Wokwi 1 dash v1 version 1. Okay, let's make that a small v, version 1. No, sorry, version 2 rather. Let's call this v2. Yeah, let's call this v2. Rename. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and open this. So let's start from the beginning. Device ID, we're still using the same Wi-Fi connection for the Wokwi guest. What else? So we're still on the same broker. That's good. Now for the telemetry and control topic, because we want it to be dedicated, right, we would need to make some changes there. And so we would do this. We would add the device ID to the topic. So only if you have the device ID, you would know how to listen to it, and only those devices that are on that device ID. So we would have IoT device, the device ID, telemetry, right? So IoT, then the device will say, okay, this is the device, which is the Wokwi 001, and then telemetry. And we will just append the device ID there, and we will do a similar thing for control. So let's do this. Okay, and we would put this as control. Okay, that looks good so far. Okay, now because you know, initially we were listening to the we're just, oh, let me see. Okay. Maybe let's go ahead and change the control method first before we change this. So in our control method, right? Just give me a second here. We would like to send, previously when we sent a control, we just put like lamp/off, right? So we would like to change that. So let's create a method called, we'll create a method called maybe a create JSON control, I guess, to kind of just wrap the method, right? So let's just do this. Let's create a method to create a JSON control method, right? Okay, connect. I'll just add it here. Okay. Okay, so we have a method called create control JSON data, and it takes in a command and a command ID. Now the reason for a command ID, sometimes you'd want to use a unique command ID for every command you send, so that let's say you have a long command process. Let's say you have a long action that's taking place, maybe like a firmware update, right? That takes time, right? That doesn't just happen. I mean, so when you send it the first time, you can keep acting on that command, and if the same command comes in again, right, you would know not to act on it, or you would know to look for a different command, right? Something like that. There are different use cases that you could use that, so that you can identify which command you're acting on at a particular time. However, we're not gonna really have it unique for this purpose. You could always do that and create a UUID, but it's just a nice to have in case, right? We would also, okay, so now I think initially one of the things we left, okay, we had this off, right? We really do not need this to go off before sending this. We could just take this off, right? I can take that off, and now because we have a different way of sending our control, that we have a different way of sending our control, so we need to parse this using that method before sending it. So what that would look like would be something like so you just change this, and we have that. Right, so basically what we've done is we're still publishing to the same control topic, right? But we're creating, we have it to, we're using the new method which we created, which is the create JSON data, and we're setting that control. So this is the command, and this is the command ID, right? So in this case, it's not really unique. We're just saying, okay, we're resetting the device, right? From the mobile app or from somewhere else, we could send something different each time we send a command, right? So let's do this. Let us go to, okay, now we need to take care of the method that parses out that command, right? So previously we were just checking the control topic, but we don't really need all of that anymore. So basically, previously we were just we take the control topic, we check if it's the same topic, and then we use that, and we had the device ID appended here, but pretty much we do not need that anymore, right? So let's go ahead and change that, right? And so it's a little bit more cleaner now. So we take the topic, we decode it, we get the value of the command, which is this here, which was the command that we passed in, right? So we get the value of that command. Once we get that value, we're able to take action on that. Very similar to what we've done before. Now, that should pretty much take care of everything we need at this point. So let's see, we have this. I think the other commands we had for telemetry data was always JSON data, right? The only problem we really had was the control data. We weren't using JSON data to send that, right? So this method should take care of what we want to do. So I'm just gonna go ahead and save this. I'm going to go ahead and run this. Let's see, and hope it works. Here we are connected to the broker, right? Now we want to let's go back here, right? Let's go to our client. I'm just gonna take this off of here. Okay, let's reduce that. And this is not what I wanted. We could still do that. Okay, let's do this. Okay, just give me a second to set things up here. All right, so okay, let's bring this here, take this down here, just make it easier for me to work. Okay, good. Now we're going to go ahead and connect, right? So we're still on the same broker, right? If we look at that there, still broker.mqtt dashboard.com, right? So let's go ahead and connect to that. Hopefully that works out. Now we're going to subscribe. We want to subscribe to the telemetry channel, right? So let's take this as the channel we want to subscribe to and see the data that's coming out of there. Right, so let's subscribe to that. Let's put this here and let's take this out. We would have here, we would need to put in our ID. That's supposed to be replaced by the ID, right? So let's copy the ID and just append that there. And I think that looks good. Yep. We'll now subscribe to that channel. And let's see, what else? I think that's good. Let's see if it works. Let's stop this first quickly. It's already saved, and let's run it again. Let's see if we get some data. So we are trying to connect. We are connected. We send data. The data is coming back. It is in JSON. However, what we did was based on control data, right? So we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna take the same topic. We very similar. Sorry. So let's just copy this from here. Paste that there. And then, oh yeah, one way we can know that it worked is, you know, the LED was initially on and it went off, right? So that just tells us that, you know, it worked because we did delete. Remember, it's not on anymore, it's off, and we did take off, switching that off from here. So the command is actually working, right? So let's put that here. Okay, so let us see. Okay, now let's try that again and see. Let's put this off and run this one more time. So LED comes on, it's on, a command is sent, and LED goes off, right? So let's copy that command. This is the command that was sent, right? Let's copy it. Device reset. So let's paste that here. You see now it is a JSON command, right? It is a JSON command, right? So now we have command lamp off. So let's change that to lamp red on, and we'll just say, well, just give it any number. We could leave it as that. Let's put 01. Just any. We're not really using it right now, anyways. So see if the red light comes on. You can see that it did come on, right? We can make the blue one. Let's publish that. The blue did come on, and then let's turn all of it off, both of them off, right? And now when we publish that, both of them are now off, right? So you can see what we have here. So basically, we've been able to standardize all the commands and telemetry data, so that when we send commands or when we're receiving telemetry data, we want it all in JSON format. One of the reasons why we've done this really is so that when we want to just send data directly to a cloud database, right? Most likely a time series database. I'm thinking in the next episode we would probably be using maybe InfluxDB. You could use any database, but InfluxDB sounds like a good idea. They could have a good time series database, and we could send data there and get our data stored automatically, right? So we would be looking at that in the next video. However, in this video, we just wanted to standardize this and make sure everything works, and which you see, it looks like everything is working, right? So at this point, we are good, right? We are good. So I think next I would like to, there was a request on one of the comments about running Android applications, right? So I know I had given the hold on, I had given the link, and I will give the link also in this video. So to the Bitbucket code, right? So yep. So you can see that's Bitbucket. Looks like I am logged in. Let me sign out just to make sure you see that it works without any of that, right? So okay, here we go, right? So you can see not logged in. You could use the link directly to access this. There was a link about there was a question about installing and running the application for those of us who are new to Android Studio and using creating Android apps. Now, IoT does require a lot of knowledge. You require some knowledge on web applications. You require knowledge on mobile, some embedded knowledge. You just have to know how to kind of make it all work together. Not easy. So I'll just show quickly how you can do this. Now you could use Git to clone the repo. Now, there are good tutorials on GitHub and using Bitbucket to use the Git to download this. You can use source 3 or VS Code, or just install Git on your machine, which is what I normally do, and clone the repository. However, there are tutorials all over the YouTube, and the internet that can help you get that done, right? But for this purpose, just to make things fast, we're gonna go down here to the downloads. We are gonna go to the branches, right? We're gonna download a zip, and you see we have this version here, the version 2, the zip for version 2. We're just gonna go ahead and download that, right? We're also going to unzip that. So let me get that unzipped. Give me a second. Just work on this. I have a lot of files in here. Let me just move them off the trash and download it all over again. All right, so let's download version 2 zip again. Okay, so now just go ahead and unzip that. Okay. Now what we're going to do is open our Android Studio. Where is my Android Studio? In the meantime, we could minimize this, I think, right? Take that down. Bring out the Android Studio. I'm just gonna, okay, we were running the other app previously, so I'm just gonna exit out of this project. That's what I do. So, file, you see this is linked to Git, right? So I can really just use version 2 from here, but I'm just trying to show an example how you can get this done quickly. So we're gonna close this project. Okay, that's good. We're now going to import the downloaded one, right? So let's see. So it says import a project, right? And this is the project here. So let's go ahead and do that. I trust this project, right? I did write the code, so definitely I trust it. That is cool. Let's just wait for Gradle to install the necessary plugins. Okay, looks like we're good at this point, right? Okay, now we're just gonna start our Android device. Okay, give me 1 second here. Alright, so for some reason my Android Studio my device is still on and I can't find it. I have a lot of things opened. Okay, so let's just restart that. Okay, that's good. Now we're restarting the Android device. Window, let's take that here. Okay, so we're running version 2, remember, so this is version 2 of our code. Right, so let me just minimize that. So now we could click on the debug button right here, right, the debug app, right, and it should run version 2. Let us wait and see. Okay, here we are. That is version 2. So we would have this here. We probably do not need this, so let's get the other one open. Hold on, give me a second. Oh, here we are. Sorry about that. Okay. So now let's run WOQUI001 for now. So we run this. This is our version 2, right? V2. And we downloaded version 2 of the Android code. So okay, here we are. So you see, like, it flashed on and then it flashed back off, right? Once the other command came in. So give me a second. Okay, hold on. My Android Studio flickered. Okay, so that's good. Now let's send a command. So we'll send the command to WOQUI001 for blue lamp to come on. Blue lamp came on. Red lamp is on. Blue lamp is off. Red lamp is off. Now, one thing to notice here is, let's assume, we talked about having a dedicated channel, right? So previously when we sent out a command like here, you see this, we got a received, right? Hold on, let me just do this first. Let me just, okay. So let's get that. Okay, we're looking at the temperature and humidity changing, right? So that works pretty well. We didn't really do any change there. But basically what I wanted to previously, when we sent a switch on, because all the devices were listening to the same topic, right? They would all receive the command, but only we had the code in a way where only the one that needed to work on it will work on it. But now, the devices that don't need to listen to a specific channel don't have to, right? So let's say you were to put this on, it received the data, right? Received the data, but let's assume we made a copy of this, right? Let's go ahead and make a copy of this. Save copy, and we're just gonna save it as save, and let's go back to the main page, my projects. So which one is which? Okay, so this is WOQUI001. I'm not seeing the, okay, now that's the copy. Sorry about that. So we're going to change this to, let's rename this to WOQUI, this copy version. We're going to change it to WOQUI002 V2, right? So we have a WOQUI001 V2 and a WOQUI002 V2. Okay, so let's open this V2, new tab, WOQUI002, sorry, and WOQUI001, new tab, and spread it out a little, I guess. Okay, just do that. And then we'll do this. Okay, this fits. Let's try this now. This probably can be resized a little. This here, expand, make it bigger. Okay, give it a little more space. Expand, make it bigger. And now, But next, let's run our Android Studio version 2 app. Okay, debug mode. Run that. So Android Studio is up and running. And now let's go ahead and open this. Let's run this. So this one is which one is this? This is WOKWI001. Okay, yep, you can see the data already came in. We have humidity, we have temperature, we can switch on the blue light bulb, you can see that. Switch on the red light bulb, you can see that. Now let's go ahead and run WOKWI002. Here we go. Okay, so WOKWI002 is connected. Okay, so let's switch to 002. Now we switch, you can see it's getting the data. It just got the status data, right? This didn't get it, so you can see why we're doing this, right? So temperature is now, so let's increase the temperature to 62. Let's increase the humidity to 71%, right? So that's good. We can also switch on. We can switch that on. We can switch this off. We can switch this off. Let's just keep the blue LED on. So this is WOKWI 2. And now we're going to switch back to WOKWI 1. And that's it. So you can see both LEDs are on. And WOKWI 1, we can, and like we discussed previously, right? Even if you were to connect it to the normal ESP32, like we have in our DeX lamp, right? It's still the same. So this is pretty good, right? So resets, then gets the new value, right? So you see that happening. And then we change to WOKWI001, which both lamp bulbs are on. It'll reset and get the new value. So it's reset to everything, and then it says get me your status, and then it got the status. And so this is pretty good. So I hope you've been able to enjoy this video. It's been fun so far. The next set of videos will be quite interesting as we try to get this data into the database. But first, before we do that, we might take a look at doing something where we want to, we're using a public broker, like anybody can push data there. So I think in the beginning of the next video, before we start saving data into the database, we're going to start by first getting a secure MQTT broker that can only be accessed by username and password, something that's more private to us. And then after we get that, then we can start, figuring out how we want to store our data in our database. So I hope you enjoyed it so far. I'm really excited. I'm also feel, very excited about what we're going to do next. And I'm glad you've been able to stay up this long with me. Thanks again. Thanks so much. And please feel free to like, comment, share these videos, and also subscribe so that you can get new videos when I post them. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you.